We're down to the, what we call it the fun part, but it's often a very exciting part of our event, and that is the Cherry Pie Award. Let me say that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, 2020 saw many philanthropic and volunteer-based organizations and institutions forced to roll back their services and programs. In some cases, operations were suspended altogether for the safety of the community they serve, as well as that of the wider public. The ABS too was greatly affected by the restrictions wisely imposed by the Secretaría de Bienestar. Sadly, we will soon pass the 1-year mark of the temporary closure of our office at Londres 241. As those of you who volunteer with our and other organizations know, the act of volunteering is really quite special. It not only brings comfort and joy to those in need, but also brings a sense of fulfillment to the volunteer. I would argue it brings as much happiness to the volunteers as it does to those in needs. And in that sense, these closures have been difficult for both the volunteers who serve as well as to those whom they serve. However, despite the restrictions and closures, we have all been touched by the countless stories, both locally and around the world, of folks stepping up and coming together to help support one another. Whether it was by volunteering at a soup kitchen or food bank, or just calling on friends, family, or even complete strangers to make sure they were doing okay during the lockdowns, we touchingly saw the benevolent spirit shine through in a truly remarkable way, something we honestly and really hope will continue far beyond the pandemic. This year, as the board discussed who most deserved the Cherry Pie Award, we unanimously agreed that while we should recognize our entire community for coming together to support one another during such a difficult time, there is no doubt there was one group of people who went far above and beyond what most are willing and even capable of doing. Those are the frontline workers of the Centro Médico ABC. This year, it is the ABS's great honor to acknowledge the men and women who have not only cared for, comforted, and treated our mothers, fathers, siblings, relatives, neighbors, and just simply fellow human beings, but also those who ensured our healthcare facilities were able to continue operating and functioning under such challenging and strenuous conditions. From the nurses and doctors to the maintenance workers, cooks, and lab and imaging technicians. Please help us recognize the incredible dedication and profound sacrifice demonstrated by all the frontline workers of the Centro Médico ABC, to whom we owe an immeasurable debt of gratitude. I want to thank those people.